I assume that you did the Naruto run and then died.
Oh yeah. I was running the whole time. I was training. I was actually running through the trees.
I am a ninja. Oh, you are recording this.
I just got the end of it.
Attaboy. Yeah, running through the trees. Okay.
Run into the trees with your arms back, leaning forward, and just like.
Do a Zulu run. It's fine.
And then have a flashback to like 5 minutes earlier in the episode.
Don't make me slap you.
It's actually proven to speed up people.
Yeah.
No. It's like it varies in the person.
Yeah.
It also depends on body type.
Yeah, body type.
What are we doing, Kevin?
We are doing a podcast, Mr. Zach. Hi, welcome back to More Nerds Than Mics after a 1-year hiatus.
Thank you to that one fan that always goes to the Facebook page.
So I get notifications just like, your podcast has been viewed. I'm like, who? Who are you?
It motivates us every day.
To come back to this.
And we have a new person on the podcast.
Matt
What is your name?
Edmeyer.
It is Matt Edmeyer. Man, Matt Edmeyer. Like, what brings you to the podcast today?
It was my calling.
He went on a run, so he's feeling very adventurous today.
Thanks, Smash Mom.
That ended a year ago.
He'll come back.
We need revenue.
We need money. Anyways, our actual new member.
Hi, I'm Zach. I'm a freshman, so...
Speak up. I don't think anyone can hear you.
I am Zach. I'm a freshman. First time at SIU.
Call him Bobby.
Don't call me Bobby.
Call him Bobby. Bobby.
We're racist.
We're not racist. We're just racist against rednecks. It's fine.
Okay, fair. I accept that.
But Zach, give us a little bit of a biography of yourself. Besides the school that you go to, giving away our location.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? Go back and edit it, bleep it out. No,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm Zach from
I'm
Ivesdale.
from Ivesdale, Illinois.
That's the middle of nowhere, guys.
Yeah, you won't be able to find it, so you can't.
If you
kill
find
me.
Ivesdale, you find Zach.
If you find it, I'll be impressed. I'll give you a cookie.
I mean, Google Maps is a thing.
I'll give
That's
you a
true, yeah.
cookie.
No, if you actually get the courage to come to Ivesdale, I'll give you a cookie.
Okay, I'm coming to Ivesdale every day.
Not you.
I live right next to it.
So where do you live, Kevin?
I live in Chicago.
I'm not afraid to give it away.
I live in the winery town.
A winery town. Sure, yes, Champaign is a winery.
Yeah. No, but I'm a cinema photography freshman. I like listening to podcasts, so I figured, hey, why not? I'll come join. So,
Are you a nerd?
yes, hell yeah.
Ha, lies.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite comic?
Green Arrow.
Have you read Green Arrow?
I did.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rebirth Volume 1.
Okay. What'd you think of that?
It was alright.
Okay.
The ending was just like, oh, he ended up on an island again.
Yeah.
Big surprise.
Yeah, I didn't really
Hi.
care for that.
Yeah.
My name is Oliver Queen. I've been stranded on an island again.
Anyways, for the rest of the introductions, my name is Kevin Lau. You can follow me on Twitter at authorklau. That's AUTHORKLAU.
This pretty boy Keimon, as you know.
This is Ryan Davis again. You know, the guy who likes everything.
And reintroducing
Yeah, I'm Zach, yeah.
Matt.
and just Matt. So today we're gonna talk about a little bit of Marvel because I know most of you guys have seen the movie Black Panther.
Yep.
I'm not seeing it till tomorrow, so
Sure.
please keep it spoiler free.
You have to get out and do spoilers.
Everything. This is everything happened. This, and this.
No, so Zach, what we usually do, like in the main podcast, we do spoiler-free stuff, but then every now and then we'll do like a bonus spoiler-filled episode where we talk about it.
Sounds good.
So once I see it, we'll do a spoiler episode. I'll go into like a good critical analysis of it, quote unquote good.
Matt, are you ever gonna
So I'll
see
join
it?
in that analysis.
Right.
Are you ever gonna see it?
I think so.
In
No.
theaters?
I mean, it'll be in theaters by the time we go back for spring break. So.
She's gonna bootleg it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
I'm going to see it with my mom over spring break, so.
Okay. Well then, so what do you guys think of Black Panther?
You guys can start, go ahead.
Oh, well, why do we gotta start?
I'm just
trying to say.
Right.
just trying to be polite.
I mean, we are
enjoyed it very much. I agree with some of the views and made you think about both sides. Just like in real life. Because it brings up a lot of issues that are going on now.
Duly noted.
It's a beautiful movie. The plot is very compelling. The characters are all actually fully developed, and like Keimon said, the views like that you can like identify with some of them, and you identify with those characters.
I thought it was a really good movie. Just the the characters were developed. Like they said, the motives for the villain Killmonger was you felt his motives throughout the whole movie. So like everything he did is like, oh, he has a reason for it, not just like, oh, I'm evil, yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, T'Challa was a good, basically a hero to his villain because he was trying to see like the flaws of his past or the past, what his father did basically, and that was a cool relationship to see. My favorite character of the whole thing was his sister Shuri. She was a little badass, so really good movie.
PG-13.
You can say badass.
I know. I'm just like.
But just don't say
we get
a
one
certain word.
We get one F
or
word.
certain phrases.
Matt, how'd you like it?
Oh wait.
I feel like I absorbed it from you guys, so I enjoyed the movie.
Fair.
I have no opinion until tomorrow.
It's definitely.
It's one of the best better Marvel movies. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I can understand why they say Michael B. Jordan went to some dark places for his role.
So was it more of an origin story, or was it like a continuation of the MCU?
It was kind of
both.
both.
A little bit both. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like his origin, but at the same time, it's like building up where Captain America: Civil War left off with Black Panther.
It was nice to like showing where he was at the end of Civil War, like you said, and going back and exploring like what the Black Panther is and like why T'Challa is the Black Panther essentially.
And we also get to see Wakanda fully developed because we've only gotten like hints and pieces of it, but then you actually see it and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys, I noticed how like powerful vibranium was like in the comics. I guess it's like this like god element.
In a sense, like vibranium in the comics was it just basically absorbed all shock. Mm-hmm. So like even so a bullet would not ricochet off of it. It would just like it'll go onto Cap's shield, hit it, and just fall down. Okay. In the comics, they also developed a metal called reverbium, which is the opposite, where it just releases shock energy. It just like so when something like hits the metal, then just amplifies and bounces back.
Vibranium is used a lot in this movie for like different like purposes.
Yeah, no, I saw the trailer and I know his suit's made out of vibranium, but I also see like he releases like shock waves.
Kevin, everything is made out of vibranium in this movie.
Yeah, like the buildings are made out of vibranium. The weapons
cars,
like everything was vibranium.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it was like it had different purposes. It could be used for a power source. It could be used for like anything.
Just like the comics.
Yeah. So he just does a really good job.
It
sounds
heals
like,
someone fully, impressively.
Yeah, it sounds like they do a really good job like world building the MCU.
Yeah.
I wonder why Wolverine isn't made out of vibranium.
Well, he's not in this universe, so.
Not yet.
That's true. Not until after 2019.
Wolverine's dead.
I'm hoping I hope it'll be X-23 in this universe instead. You see little Laura running around like, "Where's my daddy?"
She dead, honey. Get out of here.
Her daddy. She did.
Also, there was no storm.
As Zach said.
Yeah, there was no storm in Black Panther, both literally and figuratively.
I was waiting.
Waiting for that crack of thunder.
Were you guys really hoping for that?
Yeah.
Slightly. I was like,
it's a big thing in the comics.
It's a big thing, but it's not happening.
Maybe Black Panther 2. Mm-hmm. After Fox is officially
after 2019.
We can see Storm in Black Panther.
I was gonna say something about Black Panther. I lost it. I'll come back to it in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Zach's like Black Panther, man. What a terrible movie.
Yeah. It's really like I've been reading different reviews and different people's reactions, and it's like a lot of the stuff that's going on. It's like it's become a huge big deal. Like it's 97%, making it the highest rated Marvel movie.
Probably highest rated superhero movie.
Probably.
No, I think Wonder Woman got 98.
Really?
On Rotten Tomatoes by critics. But then there's other older movies.
Yeah.
Super movies I think got higher, Dark Knight.
And then Dark Knight. Yeah. And then there's it's made more money than a lot of the previous MCU movies.
The opening weekend I think was
it was $25.2 million. That was the midnight premiere. The Thursday night that was $25.2 million. And got 75.8 Friday night.
So I'm pretty sure it's on track to be one of the best openings for a Marvel movie, if I remember right.
I'm Googling it right now.
I think it's the 8th highest. Is that?
Yeah, it was 8th highest.
You tweeted something about it.
It was 8th highest, and then first highest, and
Variety.
It was the first link that popped up. That Thursday previews brought in that much money. Where's the rankings?
It was just a passing tweet.
Yeah, it was a tweet. Here,
oh, wait, you just passed it?
Yeah, I think I just saw it.
One up.
Up a little bit.
Paragraph below.
See the A+ in cinema score. 77% rating.
Kevin's down further.
Down?
It's like right the paragraph right below that like box on the left.
Right there.
Yeah. The
AMC chain report, locations.
I'm going to a different link.
Yeah, I can look up the tweet too.
This one says it breaks a box office weekend records. Which record? The 5th biggest opening of all time.
Yeah.
Here, it says
ad.
No.
It says here's one thing. It says it napped 75.8 million Friday. That's the third largest opening day for a Marvel title and the 8th biggest opening day of all time.
Yeah.
No, this one from 3 hours ago says it's the 5th biggest opening of all time.
I believe
the weekend's not over yet.
Yeah, that's true.
The one thing that sets Black Panther apart from I think most of the other Marvel movies is the tone is a lot different. I was sitting to the movie oh wait, this is a Marvel movie. It was nice. I think it's we're talking about in the car. It's secluded in Wakanda, so you don't feel it's this part of you don't see Robert Downey Jr. The only person you see that's connected to the whole MCU is I think Martin
Freeman's character,
and then Bucky at the very end. Spoiler, sorry.
Okay.
I guess we saw it.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I saw Civil War, so
yeah, exactly.
I know he's frozen in Wakanda.
He's still there. But yeah, so the tone of the movie really set it apart. It's it's a superhero movie, but you just don't know it's a part of the MCU sometimes. It's oh yeah, it's really grounded in its own universe kind of, which is nice and refreshing.
I also like that a lot of the comedy in it, when it wasn't in your face comedy like a lot of the other Marvel movies have been. There was a few jokes that were
what are the
yeah, they had that joke in there, but that's something I would actually would expect from a brother sister relationship. Mm-hmm. Whereas in
oh my god,
in previous Marvel things, it's just been the comedy is sometimes very forced.
Age of Ultron.
Yeah, Age of Ultron, that was forced
Everything that fell out of
even Thor
Jr.'s mouth in that movie.
Even in Thor Ragnarok, it seemed a bit forced, but this was
Ragnarok alone.
But in this, it seemed like it was natural comedy, it's just little banter between people, but it's at the same time they keep it serious enough, so it wasn't it just it worked well with the movie.
Back to the whole brother relationship, the brother and sister relationship. They captured that very well. Yeah. Between Shuri and T'Challa, what they said, stuff I'd say my sister, she would do to me. It was really very great. Probably my favorite part of the whole movie is their interactions.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Even though Black Panther's years older, and she's 18.
I don't think she's years old.
She's supposed to be 16.
No, she's 18.
Yeah, we looked it up. And she's 18, but it's even so, I'm he's at least 5 to 10 years older than her, or something like
he's
that.
He's got to be 23.
Maybe. Yeah. He's kind of young. I can expect that, but we looked it up. You can't find his age. You can't find his age.
Okay, let's look up Chadwick Boseman though.
Fair, yeah.
I mean,
we're not going to be the same as
yeah, because that's saying Logan. That's saying Logan Lerman.
He's 41. Whoa.
It was good for a 41-year-old.
Impressive.
Chadwick Boseman. But yeah, it was their relationship was just
killer.
That relationship with Thor and Loki.
Yeah, well, and then the Thor Ragnarok brother relationship was okay.
I mean, yeah, but it's coming up. I think the relationship with Dark World was a bit more their style than it was in Ragnarok. Because Dark World, it was just like that whole hallway scene when they're walking. It's oh brother, it's great to be working together. I should turn into someone that they won't notice me. Oh, how about now one of your little friends from Earth? And it's just stuff like that. It's
pops up.
It's stuff like that. I was okay, that seems like something Loki and Thor's banter would do. Or when they're flying, it's oh great, you just decapitated your great great grandfather or something. It's things like that.
I'll give you that. But there's that one part in Ragnarok where I think the Thor's Loki will never change, something like that, and there's this really somber moment between the two characters. Loki realizes, oh yeah, he's kind of right. I never really change, and Thor calls him out on it, and basically walks out. It's okay though, just leaves, and Loki's oh, I'm kind of sad about it.
I mean, yeah, they had a few good moments in there, such as call for help, because that's something I would do with my brother.
Help.
It's
get help.
Get help.
We're not doing get help.
It's I would do that with my brother. If he's a younger one, yeah, I'm throwing you at a couple of guards.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I also hear a lot about Black Panther is the soundtrack.
Oh, the soundtrack is
very good.
Yeah, I like how they deal with the sound because during only once during the whole movie, during the action scene, they play the music loudly, but it's not too loudly where you're oh whatever. like how some action movies do, like
But where it just becomes a music video.
Yeah. But it was like, and the movie plays with sound a lot. And I like that because
the silence,
sound, like it goes silent for some parts.
like the falling part. Just all you hear is punches. Oh,
yeah, you don't even need it. You don't need music at all. There might be a few like drums in the background, but it's whatever. But but it's fine.
I have heard some critiques about like the score. Like some people said like it was like there was music. It was supposed to be like a somber note, but it played like happy music. I didn't notice that at all. I have to go back and rewatch it just for that aspect. But I didn't notice it. But other people are like, "Why? That was weird."
Well, they're a different culture. This is a different culture aspect, and their culture, they don't grieve over death like how
that's true.
We do. They celebrate it. So that's why that is.
That's why,
whenever at the very end, whenever like at the sunset. Okay,
that's like when.
I understand that. Okay, cool.
Someone dies.
That's like even when like
a lot of people die.
Spoilers.
That's like even when his dad was like dying, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're sad about it, but like this is a celebrated day. You're becoming the king. This is like you need to like move on. It's like you will be able to meet your ancestors and your father and everything, and we're celebrating that." And
we talk about that in the car, like T'Challa's arc, like when he goes and talks to his dad, something happens and it does a complete 180 for his character, and it's really cool to see him do that.
But another thing I like about the soundtrack is that like you said with Kendrick, that was great. Kendrick Lamar, like outdid himself with this. But like I like the little moments, like you know how in, like action movies they'll be playing like some music in the background. Like you said, it's like it plays soft in the background. Like there's one moment when Claw, like they're in a chase scene or whatever, and he goes like, "What is this, a funeral? No, turn some music on." Like because at first it's just like playing like stereotypical chase music, but then he's like, "Nah, we're not doing this because that just makes it weird." Because like one thing I always think about with movies, especially after like looking at videos like Star Wars, the scene without music and everything, it's just like what do scenes look like when what does a chase scene look like when there's no music because you're just sitting there like
just hearing the car engine.
Yeah, you're just hearing that car engine. You're like, he's behind me, shoot. But like with this is like there's music playing and it's just like okay, yeah,
the reviews I listened to, like they didn't like that part, like Claude pointing it out. Like they said like they might as well like Kendrick like in the back say like, okay man, turns on like his song or something like that, which I thought would be cool if like Kendrick's a driver or whatnot, and like he turns on the song and it's him like singing like one of the album songs. But I would have liked that personally. But
the only time I questioned it,
we'll do it on the notes for some people.
The only time I questioned it was when they were in a certain foreign country that wasn't Wakanda, and it was just like we're playing American music, and I'm like, I mean, I know they like Americans, but like,
I liked how because it was a weird parallel, because the way they did it, because they went back and forth with African music to Western music. So when they get invaded, they play American music on their land, but the whole time they're playing like their music. So I like how they did it, like, and even when they go to
South Korea.
Yeah, South Korea. They're playing both at the same time. Like they're playing African and then they're playing Western.
I think it's whenever like they walk into the club, like you like whenever it's like from their perspective, like T'Challa.
T'Challa, Nakia, and
what's the general's name?
Okoye.
Yeah. They all walk in, like as they're walking in, like you hear like the drum beats and stuff like that, like from like their culture. And then once they get into the club, it changes to like not actual music. Sorry, that was bad. Like Western music. Thank you. Yeah.
And then like and then also like during the chase scene, like it was first playing Kendrick's thing, and then like they get to a different scene, and it's just like it changes into like just you hear drum beats in the back, and you're just like okay.
Like what you said about silence is really cool. Yeah. Like that whole punching scene. And like there's a couple other parts where like the music just stops and silence is like what carries it out, and all you hear are like hits and or like effects basically.
Not, like, and you hear like the wind whistling.
Yeah.
And you're like the entire theater's like whoa.
And of course like the political and cultural message that the movie project is really very nice to see. Like that.
I enjoyed all of it.
Yeah.
So basically, screw Asian music, right?
He said it, not me.
I mean,
there might have been a K-pop song there somewhere.
I mean, you guys will get an Asian superhero standalone movie.
Namor, right?
Namor in Asian. They'll get
actual Adam in DC.
Elektra.
Yeah, you can get the Adam.
Electro.
Do you really want Elektra?
Oh, Elektra.
Do you really want 47 Ronin?
Kevin.
Samurai Jack.
Dragon Ball.
Samurai Jack. There you go.
Kevin.
You really Dragon Ball. That was.
I have not seen Dragon Ball.
That was all white
Good,
people.
good.
That was
No,
all.
they're Asian.
Two.
There are two.
There was like 2 Asians. Everyone else was white.
There are two.
There was like 2 Asians. One was a villain and one was the grandfather. Everyone else was white.
Really?
Oh wait, no, 3.
19,
It was
15,
3 or 4.
Okay, well we have My Hero Academia. Those are Asians.
You have
Yeah.
Right. All Might is
You have
definitely
the other
American.
animation.
I'm
No.
kidding.
All Might's
you have
definitely
the other
American.
Adam.
What?
The other Adam.
The other Adam.
Yeah. from
Yeah,
DC.
Ryan Choi.
Oh yeah,
Injustice,
that guy.
Yeah.
He is my name. I'm so proud of him.
Okay, this would sound bad, but Injustice 2, he does not sound Asian.
He does not sound or look
Wait,
Asian.
that's Ryan Choi?
Yeah, that's Ryan Choi's. That's not Ray Palmer. That's Ryan Choi.
Yeah.
Okay,
He
that
sounds kind of like Latino or something like that.
Yeah.
sounded like British for like one of the openings.
He does. Like, it changes. It's really weird.
Yeah, I'm just like, he is not Asian.
They did not pick the best voice actor for him at all.
But going back to the topic of Black Panther, to end it all, what would you guys give it out of 10?
Give that 9 out of 10.
9.5.
Because the editing, to me, like, even if there were mistakes, you didn't notice them, like, right away.
Yeah.
Like, it went smoothly enough where it's like, oh.
There were some parts, like you said about the editing. Like, I think I told you about this. Like, there are some cuts in the first, like, the convoy part.
Yeah.
That look really weird.
Yeah, but you're not going to be like, oh, like, it's not that out of place where you're just going to be like.
You can sometimes
man.
catch it, like, because I'm pretty sure Black Panther is, like, one of the reasons his suit is, like, CGI. And there's some instances where you can catch it. Like, it looks not bad, but, like, kind of iffy. But other than that, like, the effects are pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I heard the CGI was iffy in some areas, but overall it's still pretty good.
I say 9.
One of the scenes is a falling scene. A lot of people didn't like the way it looked.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Now, I give it a 9.5 just because, one of the characters in the movie, his arc where he goes, I don't want to spoil anything too much, but, like, he changes and he's one of, like, T'Challa's.
Oh,
like,
the guy from Get Out.
Yeah, the guy from Get Out. Like, his arc is kind of, like, weird, and I thought it was, like, a bit, like, unfocused. And it was just, like, that didn't need to be in there. Or you could have, like, developed it more.
Yeah, they could develop it a little more.
Because it was just kind of, like, it was kind of random. That and the end credit scene, I was just like, meh. That could have, like, the first end credit scene, that could have just been at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then just do something
That was
else.
one thing. You know, like, when they're in the area where, in Oakland. They go back to Oakland, right?
Yeah.
And the kid asks, "Who are you?" And, like, he kind of, like, smiles at the camera. And then the credits start, like, "Oh, he's Black Panther."
Yeah.
It happens again in, like, the end credits scene. They're like, "You're just a farmer," or something like that. When he's, like, addressing the UN. And, like, "What can you do?" And, like, he looks at the screen again. And it
then
goes
it's
back
just
to the
black,
credits.
and I was like, that's kind of, like, that was a voice.
That was just the add to
Yeah.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
I'm saying that last part should have, like, been in, like, the first part of the movie. That should have been an end credit scene.
Yeah, I'm like, you could have put something else in the end credit scene. But, like, other than that, like I said, movie was beautiful. I was blown away. I'm gonna go see it multiple more times, and I'm gonna buy it on 4K digital HD
Ultra-
You have a 4K
4K.
TV?
I don't care if I have a 4K.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna be worth it.
I'll get a 4K Ultra HD TV just for this movie.
You also need to get a 4K Blu-ray player. Actually, unless you have a PS4 Pro.
I have a PS4.
Is it PS4 Pro?
I will buy a PS4 Pro.
Okay.
I will get everything I
Just
need.
sell your PS4 and get a PS4 Pro.
Yeah,
I will.
exchange it.
I will get everything I need
Like
in order to
the
watch
original.
Black Panther and Ultra 4K HD.
Ultra HK.
You know what I mean. I will get everything necessary.
Alright. Well, then you're going to get like one of those curved TVs too.
All of it. I like the
I will get
TVs.
everything
Not get a curved
necessary.
TV. It's terrible. Alright. So.
I can't review it.
Oh, yeah. What was your. I forgot. What was your thing?
Freshmen don't get reviews.
First of all, I like to say that all Marvel movies, they're good movies, but they aren't great movies. Like,
Not all of them are good.
yeah, I'm saying that. I'm saying, like, they range somewhere between, like, 5 out of 10s to, like, maybe like the max is, like, 8 or 9 out of 10. So, like, all Marvel movies are, like, they're decent. Like, they're, like, in general, like, good movies. But they aren't, like, spectacular, like, renowned movies. So, like, Black Panther, I'd give, like, a 7.5 out of 10, just because it's a good movie. I loved it a lot. There are some parts where just, like, the whole, like you said, the Get Out character, like, he could have developed a little more, but it's very, like, minor critiques of the whole movie. And overall, like, I believe that it's a very good movie, and, like, the message it sends, like, culturally, is very good and really good. So, yeah. I just can't give a Marvel movie, like, 10 out of 10 stars, just because It's just a Marvel movie.
Okay, well, we're gonna get beat up in a back alley.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, so now there are there are 18
I
Marvel
told you,
MCU
18?
movies. Yeah.
18 Marvel?
Alright, I'm gonna go through and make a list of my phone that like 1 through 18, and I'm gonna like put them in my phone.
You're doing
you're
it
gonna
right now.
You're gonna rank them?
I'm gonna do them right now.
Is this how you rank yours, Kevin?
This is how I ranked mine. I have not seen Thor Ragnarok, and I have.
Oh, yours already ranked.
Yeah,
Oh,
mine's
that's
already
cool,
ranked.
yeah.
No, I
Wait a
had
minute.
this ranked for
You're the Avenger
a
at
while.
7. I'm impressed.
6 months ago, I had this ranked.
Incredible Hulk at
Yeah, the Hulk movie that high?
Yeah, I'm
The
surprised.
Hulk's pretty good.
You
I
have
actually liked it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have Ant-Man that low?
Yeah, I didn't like Ant-Man that much.
Really?
Yeah.
I understand
Interesting.
Doctor Strange is low.
Yeah, I can understand Doctor Strange. I can understand Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, Avengers Age of Ultron. Dark World hurts me, but like,
Dark World should be above.
Dark
Thor.
World's
it should
right.
be
You're
above
right,
Thor.
you're
It should be
right,
above
Kevin.
Thor.
Dark World, the worst.
Kevin, you are correct
Dark
on that
World
one.
was not that bad.
Okay, so I have 16 MCU movies ranked out of 18. At the bottom of the list, number 16 is Thor: The Dark World, which I hate passionately because I can every time I watch it, I can't finish it. It's something that's, even though it has like really good direction, it's visually good.
Yeah.
The script is terrible.
Wait, time out. There's 16 there, right?
Yeah.
There's 18 now with Black Panther.
I have not seen Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
put Ragnarok on there. Plus, Ragnarok isn't out digitally. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
still gonna put it on my list though.
Iron Man 2, was number 15. Didn't care for it that much. Very disappointed as a sequel. It was just kind of like lackluster all around. Iron Man 3, it just made me angry. Avengers Age of Ultron was boring.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Ant-Man.
I think Age of Ultron is probably the most forgettable Marvel movie.
Yeah, because it tries to do a
I
lot
would
of
say
things.
the most.
It's not the most
It's not the most
forgettable.
forgettable. No,
I don't even remember.
Most
what happened
forget-
in the
okay.
first Thor movie.
Technically, in my opinion, Incredible Hulk is the most forgettable because people actually forget it's part of the MCU. Because they're actually
I
like,
didn't forget.
I mean, you didn't forget. I never
I
forget,
went
but
through
like,
and figured out it was part of the MCU, and I'm like, oh, it was
but like
that
other
bad.
people were just like, wait a minute, that's part of the MCU. I'm like,
Oh, because
yeah,
they
it
switched
is.
actors and everybody.
Yeah, everyone's just like, oh, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Age of Ultron was they tried to fit a lot of things and build up a lot of things, but then like as a movie
fell
itself,
flat.
it was just nothing.
It fell
Can we get
flat.
you up a little bit, please?
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see what you have at top.
So yeah, Ant-Man I wasn't very happy about because originally Edgar Wright was supposed to write and direct it.
Right.
The guy who made Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and Baby Driver.
okay.
He even has test footage where he directed a fight scene, which was pretty interesting. So he wrote the script, gave it to Marvel. Marvel went over it, but then by the time he got it back, it wasn't the same script anymore, and then he was just basically being a director for hire, which is not what he wanted to do. But so when I watched the movie, I was thinking like, man, this is like wannabe Edgar Wright, but it just doesn't understand what makes Edgar Wright good. And then I realized he wrote the first draft. They just changed a lot of things. So a lot of their best jokes weren't even their jokes. It was probably Edgar Wright's. So it's just more like from a moral filmmaker's perspective. That's why I don't like it that very much.
That makes
Okay.
sense now that you say that, because that whole comedy scene, like, oh, I heard from this guy and this guy and this
Yeah.
guy. I was like, huh, okay.
Oh,
It's like, oh, this
Right.
is very clever. Wait a second.
Yeah.
This wasn't even their joke.
That's probably why I liked it so much. It was just because it's a little bit different. It was like its own little like personal kind of Marvel movie, not like a big like spectacle.
Right, but it could have been. But there's a lot of like the directing, which just it wasn't good enough to be like, oh yeah, this is Edgar Wright's style. It's just more like it's trying to be Edgar Wright, but it still isn't like experienced enough. But yeah, also I didn't. Also, the movie goes against its own science, where like if you the small you are, the more dense you are, therefore you weigh more. They shrank a whole tank and can use it as a keychain. So
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
there's a lot of problems there. Doctor Strange is like my neutral Marvel movie, because
I thought Doctor Strange was just Iron Man with magic.
You see, I get what you're saying, but like it's also the hero's journey is one of the most like simplest structures.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, I really enjoyed the visuals and the direction.
That's fair. I agree with that.
It's just the characters were very flat. That was my problem with it. Thor 1, good script, okay direction. Incredible Hulk, actually really like Edward Norton's performance, and overall the whole movie. It wasn't like amazing or anything, but I actually enjoyed it. Captain America 1, very fun origin story. Avengers, very fun. Captain America Civil War, definitely a lot smarter than most Marvel movies. It still had some faults though that I didn't care for too much. Like there's like a lot of plot holes in it. But it has Spider-Man, so I love it. Iron Man 1 was very good. Don't know why I fell asleep on it the first time I watched it. Captain America: Winter Soldier, obviously one of the best. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, one of my favorites because it's just a great character story. Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, was my favorite for the longest time because it just has a great dynamic of plot and character. And then, of course, number 1, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Of course.
Yeah. Can you scroll back down real quick?
Yeah.
It's like I'm almost done with this list because I've been making my own list too. And
Yeah, I'm like stuck somewhere in the middle. I forgot some movies. I don't know where they're at.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I didn't feel anything. I was like,
It's very different. Like,
Yeah.
It's not a traditionally told.
I get that, but it's also like here you like Guardians 1. Here's more of that.
yeah,
And
it's like it was more like they're gonna do it. Like,
Yeah, no, that's how it was.
remember our name.
But I really enjoyed it. But like Spider-Man: Homecoming definitely has the tightest writing out of all the Marvel movies I've seen so far. What?
It's the way you said it. I had a different thing in my head. I was like, yeah, you said tight.
Tight. What were you gonna say?
Huh? No, it's the way you said it. It's like, yo, that's tight. But you were talking about a different
Don't
way.
even trip, dog. But yeah, and then like no, the comedy was actually a lot of fun. Like it wasn't in your face all the time. It was actually funny and fluid. And I think that's because you have a comedy director and comedy writers writing it.
Yeah. I like the villain too.
What?
I like the villain's origin. I was like, oh.
Vulture was a very good villain. I really love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is actually the most active protagonist in all of MCU because a lot of his choices that he makes affects like what he does as Peter Parker affects what he does as Spider-Man and vice versa, which is actually like at the core of what makes the comics so great and interesting. So it's a really great adaptation of the character. My only problem with it was just like I know a lot of people were just like I don't want to see Uncle Ben die again, but like well if you don't see Uncle Ben die, you don't get the character motivation.
What am I missing? I'm missing one movie.
How did you put it on, Ryan? 18?
I have it at 16 right now.
You know what they're gonna reboot Fantastic Four, but they're gonna make it into a Doom movie first.
A Doctor Doom movie?
Yeah.
Is it still by Fox or is it Marvel?
I think it's Marvel.
I'm missing one movie.
But I was like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, Doctor Doom is a really...
Yeah, he goes, because from what they have shown so far, it's more than that's all that. It's like, it's Marvel's killed by
okay.
I'm missing one.
Zach, you really want to do this. Why didn't you have the list ready?
Well, I want to do it together, but yeah, that's why.
I've had this list for 6 months.
I'm ready now.
Where is...
Alright, Ryan, go
okay,
for it.
go ahead, Ryan.
Alright, okay, let me just note that also with this list, this is a list not just because of movies and how I like them, but also the Marvel movies, like I would watch them again.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I like them, and I also would watch them again. So like, it might not be this, it's not like all like this, but it's like movies I would buy, watch again, yada yada yada. Alright, going off, number 1, of course, Black Panther.
Start the bottom. Go to the top.
Oh, go, start, okay.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
When were you the boss?
Alright, well...
we're just copying what you did.
Yeah, okay.
Sadly, I'm gonna say Incredible Hulk is like it's at the end because I'm just like, I watch it and I'm like, I'm a guy who likes monster fights. Mm-hmm. You would think this would be higher on my list, but honestly,
You like Transformers.
I do love Transformers.
That discussion every day.
Yeah.
But like,
I agree with him. Like that beginning half of it. Yeah.
I know. Like, I'm just like, I honestly go through the movie. I'm like, I fell asleep several times, and I finally watched the whole movie. I'm just like, that was okay. I mean, like, it was cool that they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to have a Marvel universe, but at the same time, I was just like, it was an okay movie.
Better than Hulk from 2002.
You're right.
Yeah. A lot of things are better than Hulk from there.
There's still a little plot holes from that Hulk movie that need to be resolved.
True.
Yeah.
Number 17, Iron Man 2. Just because it's Iron Man 2. Like, I would watch that before I watch Incredible Hulk. Just because I'm like, it's Robert Downey Jr. I like that.
Now, actually, I don't mean to but now technically Peter Parker is in that movie.
Yeah, technically, yeah. So
get a little retconned in.
I mean, I like that. I like that little addition they made. I was like, okay, that's kind of cute. Mm-hmm. But it worked with his age. But Spider-Man messed up the timeline. Number 16, Thor. Just Thor, because I was just like, it's a good movie. I like it a lot. But at the same time, I was like, it's okay. Mm. Like, I would watch it again, but would I be like on my hands and knees like, I need to watch this? No. If it's on TV, sure.
Okay.
Number 15, Ragnarok. I would just watch Ragnarok right above Thor. Because honestly, Ragnarok pained me too much. The comedy was good, but at the same time, I'm like, this is not what I wanted from something called Ragnarok. End of the world. I'm also a Percy Jackson fan, so...
But you get the Ragnarok.
You do get the Ragnarok.
I get the Ragnarok, but not the way... I was expecting Thor Ragnarok to be darker. Because the first two Thor movies are kind of like... They're more serious in tone while also having the comedic elements.
And
But, like, Ragnarok was just flat out a comedy. Like, I did not feel...
Yeah, but it worked.
But, like, I didn't feel any stakes at all. Even, like, the fact that they had people die in it, and I still was like... The only people I actually cared when they died was the Warriors 3, because I was just like, what? No!
I didn't give a shit about that.
See, I actually cared about them from the first two Thor movies.
Oh, Kevin, don't do this.
I'm not gonna say it on the podcast. I'm just doing it right now while I have it in my head.
You can do this next if you want.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'm just ranking the DCEU movies right now, but it's it's a very short list.
I mean, it's a very short list, but like...
No, I didn't rank it yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. I was about to say like, oh, I'm surprised, Kevin, but okay.
All right, continue, Ryan.
All right. Anyway, next, Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Was that 15 or 16?
That's 14.
Okay. What was your 15?
Ragnarok.
Okay.
Because honestly, I mean, like, I'd watched that before Ragnarok. Because Avengers: Age of Ultron, yes, it's a bad movie, but I'm like, it gives me that whole little like.
You get Vision.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
It's a little. I get Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen, but.
All right.
What's next? Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange is just, honestly, to me, that's almost forgettable. Because it's just like, oh, yeah, he's got magic. Cool, there's magic in the Marvel Universe. Oh, wait, there's Thor. Above that, number 12.
There's no such thing as gods, but there's such thing as magic.
Number 12, honestly, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Because I've watched it too many times, and every single... No, look, let me just explain it. Every single time I've watched it, it just has gotten worse and worse for me, and I don't know why. I don't want to watch that ever again.
I've watched Guardians a lot.
At least, like, not for a long time. Okay, yes, that's
the best opening.
That is beautiful.
Movie.
No, I have Blue Sky on my favorites playlist.
Oh, it's not HD. I'm sad. Oh, but there it is.
Are we getting taken down for this?
No.
It's just audio.
Are we gonna actually watch this whole thing?
Heck yeah.
Let me fast forward to the good part.
Am I gonna get to?
I'll
go back.
I'll go. Oh, skip the thing. Okay, never mind. Forget it.
Oh, put in a thing. Yeah. All right. Keep going with this.
All right. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I'm just like, I've watched it too many times. The jokes are great and everything, but I can't watch that again. I can't watch it again.
I've seen Guardians a lot, like both Guardians movies a lot, and I understand the fatigue. So yeah.
So after that, Iron Man 3, number 11. Because Iron Man 3 for me, it wasn't too bad. Like, I was expecting much more from it, especially with the Mandarin. But, like, at the end of the day, I'm like, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I was just like, it's okay.
What made you cry?
Yeah, I was like, the Mandarin's supposed to be a bad dad.
Yeah, the Mandarin, I had watched, if you ever watched that animated... Oh.
You didn't like Trevor Slider?
If you ever watched that animated Iron Man movie or the Iron Man Armored Adventure series, like, Mandarin is a really big character, and especially Iron Man Armored Adventures, he's a very, like, complex character. And then I was just like, oh, this is going to be interesting. He's a terrorist. This is, like, going to say a lot of stuff about the real world, and then we're going to have, like, a whole lot of lessons. Oh, no, it's just an actor.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's part of the reason why I hated Iron Man 3 so much.
Yeah, I can like, agree with you on that. Above that, Guardians of the Galaxy, because I enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy more than I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So it's number 10. It's at the very bottom of the top 10 list, technically.
That hurts.
But Guardians of the Galaxy, I enjoyed it. I'm going to go through the rest of my list and say stuff, but, like, Guardians of the Galaxy was good. It was different. I enjoyed it the several times I watched it, and I was like, okay. Also, I have to defend it from my best friend back home because he just hates Guardians of the Galaxy because he's like, this is the stupidest thing ever. Why is there a talking tree and a talking raccoon?
Who's your friend?
Sterling.
I'm going to end him.
My mom's the same way.
Yeah,
loves Guardians.
Him and his entire family. I agree with his family on a lot of things. We all love watching superhero movies, but he and his family hate Guardians of the Galaxy just for the existence of Rocket and Groot. That's literally it.
That's
They're
terrible.
fun.
But they're just like, this is the stupidest thing Marvel has ever come up with, and I was like, yeah, but
have you not seen like any other movie made for children with talking animals in it?
I mean, for him it was just like it was a superhero movie, and he was like, that shouldn't exist. But I'm like, they're aliens. I'm like, look at Star Wars. You got some weird stuff in there. We got porgs now. He's like, I take porgs over.
Space puffins.
Yeah.
Does he watch My Hero Academia?
Yeah, he does. He loves
There are people with cactus heads.
he
Checkmate.
Okay, look.
Continue.
No,
there are people who are dogs.
he has put anime on a level above regular movies. Like, anime can do whatever the hell they want at this point. He watched a lot of weird anime. Inuyasha, just he's like, yeah, Inuyasha's OP. But going on, Iron Man number 9. Just because Iron Man, I was like, that's the origin. It's the beginning of the universe. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But I was still watching Dark World before that.
Are you fucking sorry?
How high is Dark World on
It's
your
number
list?
8. It's number 8.
You jerk.
Dark World, I enjoyed it.
Oh my god.
Iron Man is so much
I
better than Dark
enjoyed
World.
the relationship between Loki and Thor. I
Oh
enjoy
my
like the villain's
God.
forgettable. No, the villain is forgettable.
Dark World is one of the
Worst
the worst
Marvel
movie
movies.
that Marvel has ever
It's
produced.
my 18. You're 16.
And I've only
Yeah,
seen 16
I
of the
know.
movies.
But it's like for me, it's just like I watched it. I was like, this is actually a believable Thor. This is actually a believable universe. I was just like,
Keep going.
it was the Thor. It was actually a Thor that got a Thor. And the rest of the movie was like, I mean, it has its flaws. No, I agree with you. It has its flaws. But for me, it's like I can watch it. I'm like, this makes me happy. It's like it's what I wanted from the first Thor,
Who
and it's
hurt
what
you,
I
man?
think Thor Ragnarok should have been.
Who hurt you?
No one hurt him. He just fell on his head when he was a kid. It's fine.
He ate paint chips when he was a child.
I didn't cry when I was a baby, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Ryan's a sociopath. That's fine.
Ah.
Continue.
Number 7, Captain America 1, because Captain America's trilogy has just been fantastic. Not fan-forstic, but fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. But like like that movie it has a feel-good moment to me. Plus, I like a lot of movies where they like that's one of the reasons I like the opening of X-Men Origins Wolverine. Because it's just like, you retcon a superhero into a war. I'm like, I like stuff that takes place in the 1900s.
Okay.
I like the movies that take place there, with the exception of, the movies where I have to deal with, black people getting the shit beat out.
Yeah.
But when we rise up, But anyway,
Next.
Civil War number 6.
Okay.
Because Civil War, I enjoy it. It has a good, cast. Baron Zemo could have done more. That plan was overly ridiculous and complicated, but at the end of the day, I will watch Civil War. And
Would you
enjoy
rather
it.
watch Civil War or Batman v Superman, Ryan?
I think we said it in another episode. I personally say Batman
Yeah,
versus
Batman
Superman.
v Superman. Because I'm just like,
You remember Lex Luthor's plan, right?
yeah, no, it was overly complicated.
I'm just saying.
It makes more
Well,
sense than Zemo.
Yeah,
Does it?
Zemo's
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
it was all by random coincidence.
That is true.
So is
That
Luthor's.
the Luthor's actually, he worked towards it.
Luther was like 10 steps ahead, whereas Zemo was just like, I'm making this up as I go. But I
Right.
know what I'm doing.
Luckily,
Yeah, but
Iron Man
Luther
showed
also-
And luckily,
Iron
people
Man-
actually showed up, whereas Luther is like, well, if they didn't do this, I had a backup plan anyway.
right.
Okay.
If Iron Man hadn't showed up at the end, that entire fight wouldn't have happened. Baron Zemo would have been beaten up by 2 old men, and it would have just been a happy ending. They could have destroyed that footage if they wanted to, but how luckily Iron Man showed up right at that moment, having figured out where they flew off to, just to say, hey, I'm gonna help you. And Iron Man's like, oh, I realize you're a brainwashed, mind-controlled Hydra agent, but who cares? You killed my mom. Mommy.
Yeah.
I would probably do the same thing, but whatever.
But then again, when I say Batman v Superman, I mean the director's cut, because the director's cut does add a lot more to the Lex Luthor's
Yes.
plan and fleshing out the
Okay,
characters.
that's fine. I still haven't seen that. But.
Yeah, we should watch it one day because Ryan hasn't seen it either.
Yeah, I have it sitting up in my room. I just haven't gotten around to watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5.
That's a 3-hour commitment.
Number 5, Avengers, because Avengers is also one of those feel-good movies where I'm like, when I went to go see it, I dropped everything. My school was taking a trip to Six Flags. I said, screw it, I'm going to go see Avengers with my family. And I enjoyed it. I mean, it was it's a movie that makes me just feel happy because it's one of the very first superhero team-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Winter Soldier. You're probably wondering, why is Winter Soldier at number 4?
No, I
Because
understand.
it's amazing.
I understand.
It's
Winter
amazing.
Soldier's really high for me.
Yeah, it's you're probably wondering why it's not higher, but there's 3 others that get above it. But Winter Soldier, it's Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
That was a great movie. Number 3, Ant-Man, just because I know you have your problems with Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But Ant-Man for me, it's a different Marvel character, and it's actually one of the Marvel characters, the first Marvel character that made me genuinely laugh. And it's also I enjoy shrinking powers. The powers and how he used them in the movie was really cool to me.
It just when it gets its own science, so that's kind of like what made me angry.
I can understand. I can understand getting angry with the science, but like I've ignored a lot of superhero movies and their science because it's just like it's superhero movies. Look at My Hero Academia. Some of the stuff in there is just like it shouldn't work.
But there's like still like a sense of believability in My Hero Academia. So
there's still a sense of believability, but then there's also like Bakugo. You're sweating so much, and you're feeling so much pain. You're generating sweat at this point.
Yeah.
You're actually forcing yourself to sweat.
It's just that it's one thing to stretch the idea, but it's another thing to be like, yeah, this is how it works, and do the complete opposite.
Yeah, I mean, the tank thing is weird, but like,
Hank Pym's just really strong.
Yeah. Number 2, Spidey, because Spidey is a great movie, and that was actually the villain. That was the first believable villain in a long time.
It had a twist. So we're just like, what?
See, the twist for me, it wasn't even that. It wasn't specifically that twist. It was that spoiler that said Michelle. But that was Vulture was Michelle's dad. I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then that twist, I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
It was like, Marvel, you blindsided me. You blindsided me by blindsiding me. I was like, what?
Yeah, no, my brother and I saw it in IMAX, and like when that twist happened, the whole theater room, we just went,
yeah.
Just like
gasps.
And then of course number 1, Black Panther, because Black Panther.
My dad hates Spider-Man: Homecoming with a passion.
Really?
My friend does.
Yeah.
Like he's not like you. He loves Spider-Man, but he hates that movie. It's like
interesting.
Really weird.
I was like,
I have a question. Are these your like favorites, like personal favorites?
Yeah, these are personal favorites. It's not saying like, oh my gosh, this movie's so much better than the other.
Yeah,
movie.
I'm not right. I didn't rank him best.
I didn't rank them by like, oh, this one is like better, like in terms of like storytelling and everything. If I had done that, it would have been much more different and personally painful list.
Right. Put Thor: Dark World at the top.
Thor: Dark World is the number 1. No, if I made that list by ranking of storytelling and everything, stuff would have been lower.
But yeah, no, my favorite to least favorite is generally like pretty close to like best to worst. But like there's some instances here and there, like the Incredible Hulk and all that stuff. Yeah. And it's like it's different from what most people think good or bad, but like I like them.
Yeah.
Or don't like them.
Alrighty.
Cool, Zach.
Number 18, I have Thor 2, just because it's Thor 2.
Yep, you're right.
No, don't worry about it. 17, Thor.
You're not right.
Yeah, that's fair.
No,
I agree.
I mean,
the Thor movies are, I feel, in my opinion, are just like.
Oh, they're the weakest link.
They're the weakest, and it's just a hero redemption story. I've seen it a couple times. Thor 1, it's like, yeah, it's nice world building. You see Asgard for the first time. It's got some cool elements, but it's forgettable. I'm not gonna go my way to watch it.
See, I put those like equal with Iron Man. I just put Thor because Iron Man 2 flopped, and then it flops for me, and then Iron Man 3 is just like it's good. Iron Man 1 is great, and so it's like the first 2 Thor movies like were good, and then Thor 3 for me is just a flop. So it's just like they even up for me.
All right. Well, 16 Hulk, just because I mean, The Incredible Hulk. It's a different movie. I liked it, but there's so many like quote unquote better movies in my opinion in MCU than Hulk, so that's where it goes. 15 Avengers 2, forgettable. You get Vision out of it. He's kind of cool. Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
A couple jokes that laugh.
You got Quicksilver.
Yeah.
He's coming back.
He's like, you didn't see him coming, did you?
There's actually very strong rumors about it.
Yeah, so. Thanos can like revive him or something like that.
Yeah. He's like, you are the one with the Soul Stone. Dun dun dun.
You are super fast.
What?
It's the sun.
He's like, what?
All right, 14 Iron Man 2. Just because it's Iron Man 2. I mean,
it's Iron Man 2.
I'll watch it if it's on, like if I have nothing else to do, just because.
Right.
I couldn't even do that.
Robert Downey Jr. is like the centerpiece of this whole universe. He's awesome.
Let me put it this way: I have a computer game going on while Iron Man 2 is playing in the background.
Basically, it's background noise.
Yeah.
13 Doctor Strange.
Yeah, fair.
I like the visuals in it. The whole like aspect, like warping reality and stuff like that. I like the whole time stone. Like I've come to Bark and just keep doing it over and over again. I like that aspect, but. Comes down to it, it's just Iron Man with magic, in my opinion.
It's
cocky guy gets powers because of a dramatic incident.
At the end of the day, I would rather punch Doctor Strange than Iron Man because he was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, his girlfriend was trying to help him.
No, in the comics, Doctor Strange is actually a really interesting character.
Yeah.
And I actually really enjoy it. It's just like, but
I love Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's just like the plot was really good and really well executed. It's just the characters were just really flat.
Yeah. 12 Captain America 1. I mean,
yikes.
I mean, I'll watch it, I've seen it a couple times. It's all right. Landing playing the ice doesn't make. You could like put it somewhere else.
You could have done a lot of other things.
You could do a lot of other things, but I understand about putting the ice. It's not a big deal, but
You're like, I don't
it's a
want
good
it in
movie.
the water.
I mean,
I'm like
I said, I'd rather watch like Ant-Man over it. Honestly, in
I
my
was like,
opinion.
can he turn the plane around?
Yeah.
There's not enough.
This is supposed to be controversial. 11, Iron Man 3.
Is that 11 good or bad?
I mean, 11's over Doctor Strange and Cap 1.
That's why I had Iron Man 3 at too. So.
Okay.
I like Iron Man 3 just because of the. You guys hate the Mandarin twist.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it just because it was something different.
Yeah,
I mean, I understand that.
Yeah.
I mean,
but.
I don't.
Right, but.
I never read any Iron Man comics. Like, I understand. I don't understand the whole like Mandarin. Like, he's a cool villain thing.
You didn't watch Iron Man Armored
I
Avengers?
did not watch Iron Man Armored Avengers.
I think it's on YouTube actually.
That was one of Nickelodeon's best shows.
But anyway,
Yeah.
like the whole idea of like using like the fake Mandarin, like the actor like actually killing someone, like oh shit, I actually killed someone, like having like Aldrich killing, like put that idea into his head or like make this whole like persona around it. What's up?
Two things I wanted to say about Iron Man 3. One, did not like the whole change in Iron Patriot. Thank God they changed him back to War Machine because Iron Patriot was just kind of like...
Yeah, that was a little weird.
That was weird.
A little
Two,
Star Spangled for me.
I did like the whole his suit comes to him because that reminded me of Iron Man Armored Adventures.
That running joke was just hilarious.
But like,
for me.
I did like the suit. I did like the suit coming to him because I was like,
the Bronco still returns. He calls it just his antenna pull and just breaks in pieces. Like,
he was like,
yeah, that's about right.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
I was just like it's actually pretty cool because I was like, oh yeah, you just have the suit popping on in pieces. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
I also like the scene where like his house is getting attacked and he like instead of like putting soda on, he throws the pepper and like gets pepper out of there. The whole idea of like Tony, like the one thing that's where I won't protect is Pepper Potts. Like that's who like I protect you of anything else. It's like him like having like emotion from that, and like also
the PTSD.
like the PTSD. Like it's kind of like repercussions from Avengers. Like he went to space and almost died. So I understand where like it was cool how they tried to do repercussions, but they kind of like dropped in Avengers 2 basically.
I will say the repercussions of Iron Man 3 were lesser because one, I got the thing taken out of my chest. Who cares?
Yeah, that's also.
It's like I blew up all my suits. Next movie, I have 10 new suits. I have an Hulkbuster.
I went back and I was listening to all these podcasts about Iron Man 3. He had this like problem like making all these suits, right? He just got so much into it. He's like, it was just him scrapping all those. He still kept a couple suits because he's still gonna need them, obviously. But it was just him like destroying like the obsessive part of like making 40 Iron Man suits.
I guess he did also say, "I am Iron Man" at the very end. So.
Yeah. Also, do you guys know who Iron Patriot is in the comics?
Yeah, it's Norman Osborn.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So when I saw the trailer for Iron Man 3 and I saw the Iron Patriot in there, I was really confused.
Yeah, it was just when the first time I saw him, I was like, "Is this an evil guy?" And I was like, and I looked it up, who's Iron Patriot? I'm like, Norman Osborn. I'm like, is Spider-Man coming into the Marvel Universe? I was like, kind of a random part to put him in. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, okay.
But then I saw the movie. I'm just like, you just like forced Iron Patriot in there.
All right, number 10, Ant-Man. I liked it. It's kind of a personal Marvel movie. Just like it's its own little innocent thing, kind of like.
I won't fight you on
away.
that. No, I won't fight you on that.
9, Civil War. I liked it. I liked the part with like Cap and Bucky and Iron Man, like the whole ending fight, just because it was cool to see that.
Yeah.
But like the whole mosh pit at the airport, yeah, it was fun to see. But do we really need that? It was if like Civil War was kind of forced a little bit in my opinion.
A little bit.
But
I'll say the plot like diverged fast because it was like at first it was like, oh yeah, we gotta fight for like the like superheroes and people put in rights and shit, and then it just went to
was Civil War like the one with that terrible line? Like, do you remember that old movie, The Empire Strikes Back?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean that was a terrible line?
That was a great line.
Matt's just like,
he didn't say terrible. He said that old movie.
No, I said old. I'm saying that line
was terrible.
The line was terrible. I mean,
because
Peter Parker is only 14 in that movie.
But who doesn't know what Star Wars is though?
I mean, he knows what Star Wars is. He's just asking if anyone else saw it.
Yeah.
He's just like, you don't even remember the old movies, like, because to him that's like, wow, this is like...
Rudy's like, Jesus, Tony, how old is this kid? He's like, I'm not even carbon dating him. He's just flying around fighting.
And then in Spider-Man Homecoming, he's like, oh man, you got the Death Star Lego set?
Yeah, he's like, oh,
big fan.
But I will say, just like, with Civil War...
That was Ned's Lego set, though.
Yeah, it was Ned's
Lego set. But he knew about it.
Yeah.
Peter knows about Star Wars.
That is a very expensive Lego set.
You own it.
He's just
$400 Lego set. I always wanted that.
Peter might be like me, just like, yeah, I know Star Wars, I just don't like it.
I feel like
if somebody got Lego Death Star set. Like that's awesome though.
I feel like he was more like, I don't want these Avengers to think I'm weird and nerdy. It's just like, dude, you're weird and nerdy.
Number 8, Guardians 2. I liked Guardians 2, but I like the idea, like, whenever, like, it's, Kurt Russell and Star-Lord.
I was like, oh.
Star-Killer makes Vader's apprentice. No, Star-Lord.
Like
and he's, like, explaining his whole plan to him, and then he's like, he killed me, put that tumor in his head, and seen, like, Star-Lord's face just change.
Spoilers.
Yeah, sorry if you haven't seen Guardians 2. It's, what, 2?
It's, like, almost a year old.
Yeah, you messed up. Yeah, seeing his face change, it's like, oh. I love that part, like, because I would have done the exact same thing if I was Star-Lord, just, like, started blasting the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Or as they say in the Warcraft video, die.
Yeah.
I can't say what they actually said. But.
7, Ragnarok. Funny, comedy movie. You don't see it as an action movie, you go see it as a comedy. I like the jokes. I mean, it has some consequences because something does happen. Ragnarok does happen.
It doesn't.
Someone loses an eye.
Someone loses an eye. It does.
I mean, like,
he needs 2 eyes to throw his hammer.
Guys, I was expecting something dark and depressing, and it was just like, haha.
Well, you got something better than that. So,
you want something dark and depressing? Transformers.
Yeah, that's fair.
Number 6. I cry when Ratchet died.
It's also dark and depressing that exists.
I didn't actually cry when Ratchet died, but I was like, I
Number
was
6,
sad.
Iron Man. Iron Man's what started it all. I feel like it should be up a little bit higher on my list, but personal favorites.
Personal favorites, yeah.
Like, if we're like the best, I think Iron Man would be up in the top 3, in my opinion, just because, like, it's what started it all. It's... If you go back, like, the first 2/3 of Iron Man, really good. The whole, like, Obadiah Stane thing, like, it's alright.
Armored Avengers Obadiah Stane was much more compelling.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Jeff Bridges kills him.
Toner!
Just like without Stanley.
Number 5, Spider-Man. I'm sorry. Kevin.
Don't make Kevin.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
I'm backing up now. I was like, this is about to turn.
Where's that battery?
It's like, you did Spider-Man, gonna throw a battering.
It's like, so guys, our freshman died, so we're gonna do a new thing where we have a new freshman every week.
Spider-Man's really good. I love Spider-Man. All the jokes, like, hey, you're that Spider-Man kid from YouTube. Yeah, do a backflip. Does a backflip. Yeah. Like, that part was hilarious. I saw that clip of that on YouTube the other day. I'm like, oh, that was funny.
Hey, Karen,
and of course, Vulture, I think, is probably like one of the best after Black Panther's villain. Like, those two are like probably the best villains of the whole cinematic universe, in my opinion.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What, you mean Justin Hammer wasn't a great villain?
He was better than Whiplash.
Whiplash.
In my opinion, but
like, I would to smash ice, kill Iron Man.
Basically. Number 4, Black Panther. I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize to you guys now.
Oh.
I'm trying to narrow it down.
Hand me that battering. Hand me that battering.
I was like, what is it?
It's like, it's probably going to be Winter Soldier, isn't it?
You don't know yet.
It's going to be Winter Soldier.
4 is Black Panther.
No, it's gonna be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Very good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. The political and cultural message, very good. Killmonger, great villain. There's
like,
some.
You say these are the great villains, but you put them at number 4 and 5.
Well, number 3 is Avengers. I mean,
Loki's a good villain, but
Loki's a good villain, but Avengers, like, that's the culmination of like the whole first 5 movies. It's what we were like. It was basically what Infinity War is going to be. Like, it's this culmination of like, you see all these, what was it, 5 heroes? No, 4 heroes. 5 or 6 heroes come together and fight, like, and try and save the world.
It was like 5.
It was something that's never been done before.
Wait,
something
what,
new
5 heroes come together? 5 and a half. Hawkeye's technically something.
Well, he's also half villain.
Okay, wait. Let me 5 and 13 minutes of screen time.
Fair. Yeah, but it's something I never saw before. It was interesting. I would go back and watch Avengers a lot probably just because it's something different. Like, it's always fun to watch those characters interact with each other for the first time.
Nick Fury was more of a part of the Avengers than Hawkeye was.
I mean, Hawkeye was also a villain for like half the movie.
He still only got 13 minutes of screen time even as a villain.
Yeah. My top 3 can really be switched around. They're interchangeable. So Avengers, then I go Guardians because it's Guardians of the Galaxy. And then number 1 is Winter Soldier. But
of course,
those 3 can always switch around, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians, the first Guardians, I liked it a lot. It's
Even with the forgettable villain?
Forgettable villain, but I just like the interaction. Yeah, the interaction between the characters and like coming together. Like, oh, we're all assholes. We have to do something like good. Like, I think that's the line in Guardians where it's like, why do you want to save the galaxy? It's because I'm one of the idiots that live here. It's like, because we have to. We have the power to. Might as well. It's kind of like if you have the ability to, why won't you?
Yeah, no, I actually love that line. It's one of my favorites in cinema.
I will say this about Guardians of the Galaxy, and you can even see it in their posters. It's like the first one was much darker, and you could tell it was like not as much of a budget as Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but also it's just like it seemed like it had a much darker tone to it. And Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is just like everything is whites and brights and blowing
Also, you
up.
can tell from the posters.
Also, Guardians 1 was the first time we actually saw like Thanos like for realsies.
Yeah,
So like that was also kind of cool. Like he was actually like the big bad.
but he was still sitting in a chair.
He was still sitting in a chair. Yeah.
Also, there was like that little advisor dude. I mean, like they had this
That
whole
Ronan
thing.
just snaps his neck.
Well, they had this whole thing. It was like, oh, it's gonna show how powerful Ronan is, but then it was like, yeah, he's able to take on this huge dude who Loki was scared of. I was like, nah, it was more like that dude was just actually really pathetically weak.
Yeah. That guy was also I can't remember his name anyway. And number 1, Winter Soldier. It wasn't really a superhero movie in my opinion. It was more like a spy movie. It was different. The tone was a different kind of movie. Seeing Cap like on the run, like because in the whole Hydra plot twist, like oh, Shield is Hydra. I didn't say
Spoilers.
again. It's an old movie. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry.
What? Shield is Hydra?
Yeah, plot twist.
Ryan, you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I know.
I mean,
You're the only person that watches Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It's a great show.
I watched it too. I watched it for that part. Like I watched the episode before it came out. I'm like, oh, okay, Shield Hydra. How is it gonna affect Captain America 2? And it still exceeded my expectations for Captain America 2, in my opinion.
I stopped at season 2. I can do it.
Season after
I saw the episode 2.
Season, I say
You
this.
can't judge those first couple episodes.
I'll say
It's really
this.
hard.
Season 2,
They're
it had
very
its moments.
funny.
Season 2 started off with Rocky, and then it built its way up. Season 3, I'm sorry.
What was season 3? Was that the new
Season 3 was when they
Warriors?
dealt with the end of Hydra.
And
It was,
Hive?
Hive.
Okay, yeah.
And Ward. My boy, Ward.
Oh, Ward. Fucking Ward.
Ward?
Died earlier.
Well, there
Jesus.
goes our one F word for the day. Anyway.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's 2. We're at R now. My bad.
But Ward was I loved Ward. He was the most complex character. And then he's got his
What?
chest crushed in.
I hated him.
I loved him. I
You're
loved
supposed to
him.
hate him, but
You're supposed to hate
they
him.
overused him.
Like I hated him from the beginning.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
loved him. Like at first, I was like, "Oh, he's just a stereotypical James Bond hero type thing." And then it was, I mean, like me and my friend were like, "Yeah, Ward. We got to watch him smash a guy's head in with a coffee pot. We just loved that moment." But then later on, it's like, "Oh, he's a villain," and then he's like an anti-hero because he doesn't know what he's want to do.
He wasn't an anti-hero.
He was like
He was a villain.
He didn't want to hurt the Shield agents, but he didn't want to help them
He
either.
wanted
was
to kill
just,
Coulson.
huh?
He wanted to kill Coulson the whole time.
That was in season 3. Season 2, he was just kind of like
Season 2, he was still a Hydra agent.
he wasn't a Hydra agent. He was just like he was trying to find his own path.
Okay, here's Ward's turn, like in the episode, like where like you see him like kill the redhead chick.
Mhm.
Like, oh, he's Hydra. Okay, this is gonna be interesting to see they interact. Like seeing like Sky/Daisy like figure out, oh, he's Hydra. That episode was really cool too.
That was like I was like,
And then they
oh.
put him away. Sure, put him away for a season, have him break out and do something different. But
They
they used him so much. Like they just kept riding on that one actor. And I felt bad for him because he came back, he killed Coulson's girlfriend. Spoilers, sorry.
Season 3 is like when I think he had his real good moment because I was like I liked him as a villain.
Yeah, and then he did that, and then he became Hive. I'm like, okay.
See, I was
he
like,
needs to die. He needs to leave.
I was actually sad when he died, and I was like, oh, he's dead. That was one of my favorite characters in the show, and it was like, oh, he's Hive now. And I think it was interesting seeing him as Hive because it was like it showed how fluid the actor could be. Because first he was just like an actual person, now he's like almost a zombified version of himself. And it was also nice seeing him interact with Sky again because they were supposed to be together.
No, they weren't.
They were.
Lincoln and Sky was together.
I hated Lincoln. I hated him with a passion.
Get out.
He was annoying as hell.
Lincoln was great.
And then he was always like, "Oh, I'm jealous of this, or I'm mad at this, and I want the Inhumans to do this and kill people, kill people,
Better
kill
than Ward.
people."
Hashtag no. Sorry.
No,
sorry.
that's why in her dream world she ends up with Ward rather than Lincoln.
That wasn't a dream world.
No, it was supposed to be the world where like everything you want, like all your actual desires.
She was a Hydra agent.
I'm like not because they had that whole element in there with Hydra, but at the same time,
It was the anti-world.
it was her dream to end up with Ward, which is why like Coulson was also like kind of a teacher.
I don't think it was her dream or Ward, but okay.
I think she secretly still won.
You go back to that other list you made.
Actually, does Keimon or Matt have a
Yeah.
MCU list?
I'll give a top 5.
Top
Okay.
5.
All right.
Number 5.
Number 5. All right. Number 5 I think would be Ant-Man.
Okay.
Interesting.
I really like Ant-Man. It's pretty simple, but I don't know. It's kind of.
It's set
fun movie.
apart from the universe, kind of like Black Panther is.
Yeah.
In some ways.
I'll put number 4, The Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
I know I'm kind of weird in this one, but 3 would be Captain America, the first one.
That's fine.
You're a World War II buff, okay? We get it.
I'll give you that.
He's just like, it's all historically accurate. He punched Hitler.
Well,
Hydra.
Historically accurate, sure. But so 2 would be Guardians 1, and 1 would be Guardians 2.
Interesting.
My mom likes Guardians 2 over Guardians 1. She really likes finding out Star-Lord's dad.
Where would you put Spider-Man? Or have you not seen it?
I thought it was alright. I'm not as big as I don't really know as much about Spider-Man. So growing up on Tobey Maguire and like the Andrew Garfield kind of, it was kind of weird because I felt he was just like a mini Iron Man kind of.
Right.
That's fair.
So like I don't know too much if that's how it happens in the comics.
They would have. I think they should have got rid of Karen in his suit. That's the one thing with Homecoming that everyone could critique is like Karen in his suit is just kind of like, oh, he's.
I like Karen.
I feel like it works in the MCU though.
Yeah, I like Karen. Karen was nice. I was just like, oh, Karen.
Yeah, the main reason why I think people have a hard time, some people have a hard time liking Spider-Man Homecoming because it's just like it's so different from the other 2 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man that we had.
I like that aspect of it, but it's just he's too Iron Man-y kind of.
I like him because he's just like he's much more.
He's a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid. Like he's an actual kid. Like he does actual kid things that I would like see an actual 15-year-old doing. And he looks like he's not 15, but still, he looks like
interaction after like the boat scene with like Iron Man shows up and like he's talking. He's like, if you actually care, you actually be here. And he steps out of the suit. And he's like, oh.
My favorite moment was him with Donald Glover, like them just like in that garage scene. Because I was like, that's how a kid would do. He's like, don't do everything, you know. He's like, what the hell is this? Yeah. I'm just like, I know what a little girl sounds like. Cause like, I'm not a girl. I'm a boy. I'm a man. I'm like,
Wait, you know who Donald Glover was though?
Yeah, I knew Donald.
The Prowler.
No.
Oh no, I know. His Miles Morales' uncle.
The
Prowler.
Like,
Aaron Davis.
But like, I was just like, I love that entire scene. Cause I was just like, it's like you see him like a kid. He's trying to be intimidating. It's like the car door slamming. Like, and then him and the little bug are just like, what are we doing?
I think this is like this is a problem that I notice a lot in like, you know, the movie industry where like when they adapt something the first time, it gets really popular, but most of the time it's wrong as an adaptation. Therefore, when they either remake it or they try to correct it in sequels to make it more accurate, people who saw the first movie were like, this is so different, I don't like it anymore, when they don't realize that what they're watching now is the source material.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think what the movie industry needs to do is like make sure that they adapt it right the first time, so that way when they do have to reboot it or something for whatever reason, they don't have to retcon a lot of things.
Spider-Man Homecoming is probably the best Spider-Man movie in my opinion.
Are you saying Adam West Batman was right the first time?
Yes.
It was like, I drank orange juice at a bar. I started dancing. Oh, I've been drugged.
Of course, there are like elements that can be like changed, that are like, you know, the exclusions. That's the word. Like, you know, Adam West Batman 66 or like No Lego Batman, where it's like people watch it like this is a comedy, but then but it's just.
Are you saying Batman and Robin did better than Batman Forever and Batman? And everything else?
The problem with Batman.
Are you saying Mr. Freeze is the best Batman villain that's ever lived?
Yeah, that is not what I'm saying. The problem with Batman and Robin and Batman Forever is that it's continuing from the Tim Burton Batman series. It's saying like, yes, this is the same series, these are the same characters, which it's not.
Different actors, but
different actors, but it's still continuing the story. And so they're basically saying it's the same thing when really it's not.
I still say I would watch. I still haven't seen the first 2 Batman movies. The one with Jack Nicholson. I haven't seen the whole thing of Jack Nicholson's Joker, and I haven't even seen Catwoman and Penguin's thing. I've only seen clips, but like, I seen Batman Forever when I was little. I thought it was.
So you skipped the 2 good ones.
No, because my friend
does all the time though.
No, because my friend had Batman Forever on VCR, so that's what we watched first, and we were like, "Oh, this is great," and like, because we didn't know about the first 2,
right?
And then we didn't. And then we saw Batman and Robin, and we were just like,
I didn't know about the Penguin and Catwoman one.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
But I knew about the Joker, Mr. Freeze, and all the rest.
I didn't know they were part of the universe.
Huh? What's your list?
I have a list.
Top 3.
Black Panther, Spider-Man, Guardians.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Black Panther, Spider-Man, Guardians.
Okay, I was about to say like you put Black Panther number 3,
my boy.
But like, yeah, I'm just like Batman and Robin. The only saving grace to that was chill out.
Chill.
I love how Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy teamed up to take over the world, even though they're two completely different things, like, ideas of what a perfect world is.
It's like plants die in the cold, but I want the entire world to be frozen. Oh, the cold doesn't work with the plants. But I want the world to be covered in plants.
I want everything to be warm.
I'm just like,
it has to be for
I was
vegetation.
like, you both are gonna get what you want unless Poison Ivy's gonna have one greenhouse in the middle of a frozen wasteland.
Even then.
Or unless Mr. Freeze is gonna have one like ice cream truck in the middle of a
he gets the poles and she gets the rest of the world. It's fine.
Mr. Freeze gets the oceans.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy gets the land.
There we go.
I mean, I guess.
We can do your other list, Kevin.
What?
Your other list?
My other list? No, we're not going to do that today because we have reached our time.
Aww.
I was really excited to hear about this list because I could say my list, and my list is going to give me
We can talk about it next week.
We're going to give me a lot of controversy.
We're going to fight over this.
Yeah, we're definitely going to fight over this. That's why I'm like, next week.
I need to see Man of Steel before next week.
All right, I have Man of Steel in
Let's
my
have
room.
DC Marathon.
Oh, God, no.
I'm
not watching Suicide Squad.
I have Man of Steel in my room.
Maybe I'll stop in for Wonder Woman and I'll leave.
I've seen one. I've seen Batman Superman.
I've
seen Justice League.
I have digital copies.
But didn't you talk about all the German soldiers getting there?
I've seen the one scene.
I'm not watching.
He's seen the one scene
I'm not watching Justice
It's on
League.
HBO all the time.
Right.
Kevin, my list is gonna surprise you. I think
You saw the German soldiers. You're like my brothers.
I'm gonna guess your list.
Okay, guess my list, Kevin.
Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Man of Steel. Batman vs Superman. Justice League. Suicide Squad.
Flip Justice League.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flip Justice League and Batman v Superman.
Yeah. So my list probably go Wonder Woman, Man of Steel, Justice League, Batman v Superman, and then Suicide Squad.
Mine's almost not. I don't want to say my list because we're gonna start fighting. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I feel like yours is close to mine, except Wonder Woman is at the end.
I'm gonna guess. Can I guess your list?
Just go ahead.
All right, Batman v Superman's number 1.
No,
Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man of Steel is at number 1. I'm sorry, Man of Steel.
I love how we're talking about this anyway, even though I said, next episode. But real quick, what's the rest of your list, Ryan?
Yeah.
Man of Steel, Justice League, Batman v Superman.
How is Justice League better than Batman v Superman? Okay, don't answer that question. Don't answer the question.
I can give you an answer if you really want.
No.
If we want me to be 100% fair, I will tie Suicide Squad with Wonder Woman.
Oh.
Do you know how many people want to light you on fire?
I know.
Line on fire.
I know Wonder Woman. I get the significance. It was a good movie.
So don't explain yourself.
So you're sexist.
No, it's not that.
We're talking about next week.
Stop trying to get me killed before cut this part out of the podcast.
We're gonna talk about next week. But what's the rest of your list?
That was the rest of my list.
Okay, good. All right. That's the end of the episode.
Cut this part out of the list so we can. I want to start it over.
We don't have a theme song.
This is gonna be our
Nerds and Mics.
You can follow us on Facebook. You can listen to us on
Wait,
SoundCloud.
Facebook page?
Yeah, that's why I keep getting notifications.
Somebody
cares. Somebody.
Right. I don't even know how you're doing.
I'm dying
I've
inside.
been posting something the whole year.
I was like, what are you doing with your life?
You can listen to us on SoundCloud. You can listen to us on YouTube at youtube.com/KFM Studios.
Are we on Apple?
We are not on Apple.
What about Spotify?
We are not on Spotify.
Spotify.
I gotta figure out how to. Yeah, Spotify does podcast sounds.
I think it's easier to put on Apple than it is Spotify.
No, Apple you have to do a weird process.
Yeah, but okay.
My name is Kevin Lau. You can follow me on Twitter at authorklau. That is AUTHORKLAU.
I mean, I'm Zach Wright. I got ZRW99 on Twitter.
I'm Matt. I don't have a Twitter.
I'm Matt. I have no social media whatsoever.
My name is Keimon. You can follow me on YouTube, Keimon Hamilton.
I'm Ryan Davis. You can follow me at FireURed. That's Fire, letter U, Red on any single social media you want to.
And we will be back next week to talk about the DC Extended Universe.
You can't wait
help
to...
us all.